Shalom, shalom. We are the brothers of the Great Millstone, the branch here in Chicago. And first and foremost, we want to give all praises, glory, and honor to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, B'Kakadash.
Double honors into our apostles and our elders. Salutations to all our fellow laborers doing this work in truth and sincerity that are scattered around the four corners of the earth. The few sisters that are listening, you know, the Akwaf that are actually listening, and a lot more. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. We're just gonna go in on the men who have hazarded, who hazarded their lives. Can somebody grab that? Men who have hazarded their lives. Because this is a mighty work that we do. And as a result of what we're doing, you can see the vibration that's moving through the earth. And it's directly connected to what we've been doing. Whether you want to believe that, receive that or not, man. All right? I'm a part of that first batch, those first fruits of the Great Millstone, when they went live on the internet, when they went live on YouTube, when they started putting their videos on YouTube in 2007, and there's quite a few of us are still around, those first fruits of the Great Millstone via the internet, via the YouTube, but many are gone. And what's that scripture says? They may have been, what I'm trying to say.
They were not with us.
They were not with us because they weren't really part of us, roughly paraphrased.
They taste the heavenly gift.
That has come to pass because you had some mighty brothers who came in on fire, man, and then they fire fizzled out. That was a famous song from Frankie Goes to Hollywood. And that was a famous line in one of his songs that says, "Shooting stars never stop, even till they reach the top, man." So a shooting star just keeps going, man. You burn out, man. You weren't, But you got it, brother?
Acts 15 and 25 to point 26. It seemed good unto us, being assembled with one accord, to send chosen men unto you with our beloved Barnabas and Paul, men that have hazarded their lives for the name of our Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai.
Right, we've hazarded our lives, man. You best believe that there's a wall somewhere with all the men of the Great Millstone and all the heads of the camps and all the brothers, all right, and those you watch. Once you click like, you on their list.
Right.
Point blank period, man. There is no, we like Cortez, but in the truth, what did Cortez do? When he landed, he burned his own ships. So he looking at his soldiers, he's like, we here now. We gotta conquer these people. All right? You gotta have that mentality, man. Right, ain't no turning back, ain't no running from this fight, man. What did that dude, Shalom, brother? I'm playing the role of Yawana now, giving movie references. The dude in what was that movie that came out, old crazy ass bug movie back in the day? No, it was a bug movie where they went to the bug planet, they were attacking Earth and all that. Starship Troopers. And what were they called? That group? Rough Riders or something? What were they called? And the one lieutenant gave that speech, and he was like, everybody fights. No retreat, everybody fights. And he said, and if you don't fight, I'll kill you myself. So that's what it was, man. I forget what his name was, Lieutenant something, man. Or hard-ass lieutenant who ended up dying in battle. And then Rico took his place. He became him. And then at the end of the movie, he giving the same speech. Everybody fights. Ain't no quitting, man. We in this fight, man. All right? And we're fighting spiritually, not carnally. All right? That being the difference. This is our weapon right here. This is our weapon. Go ahead, brother.
It's 1 John chapter 2, verse 19. They went out from us, but they were not of us. For if they had been of us, they would no doubt have continued with us.
Right. And there was some men that I actually had a lot of affinity for, man. That I was connected to. And they're no longer here. They're no longer here, man. Brother Mike Oliver. I never thought, and even before him, Batak, man. If you'd have told me that Batak was like, one day we're not gonna be with us, going back to 2007, 2008, 2009, 2010. If you'd have told me that Batak was gonna fall out or not be with us, man, I might have jumped on you, man. That's how much love I have for that brother, man. Go ahead, brother.
But they went out that they might be made manifest that they were not all of us.
So, you know, the Lord, which is why, you know, I always say that prayer, man. You know, in my prayers, that the Lord don't cast me not away, man. You know, never take that spirit from me. We all should be praying that, man. Because we all fight for the same penny. No matter if you came in, you know, 13 years ago, or if you came in yesterday, man, we still fight for the same penny. Point blank, period, man. The apostles been fighting, you know, some of them over 30 years, man. 20 years, 25 years, you know? And you came in yesterday, you gonna get the same penny they get, man. You don't even truly know the order of things. Although I kind of believe that they because of the duty that they got, that their rank is gonna be high, and that 144,000. But that's just me speaking as a man. I don't know. You know.
This Sirach 26, verse 28. It said, "There were two things that grieve my heart, and the third making me angry. A man of war that suffer poverty, a man of understanding are set by, and one that returned from righteousness to sin."
Right? To turn back and go eat the vomit, man, like a damn dog. All right? And America is full of men of war that are homeless. The majority of the homeless in America are former veterans.
That's all I see. The vets holding their sign, former veteran.
Yeah.
You know, like
the majority. And now you're getting a lot of female. Look, I was on the blue line this morning, man, and there's a lot of Edomite women that are homeless and be on the blue line, man. All right? And some of them, you can see if they cleaned up, they weren't bad looking. And it just makes me think, damn, what happened? Oh, shit, the Lord. That's what happened, man. The curses are reversing. It's falling upon them, man. I'm seeing homeless Elamites.
yeah.
Homeless Moabites.
I see two of them yesterday.
You know? I ain't never seen, that was like Elam and Moab,
It was
homeless.
the mom and the daughter standing outside. The mom was working one corner, and the
Elam?
daughter, Elam.
There
They were
it
in there.
is.
They were in there like they're. You know how they wear the like the long dresses and stuff, kind of,
Yeah.
with the little hood on. I'm
They
like,
went to
man.
sari. They called it the sari.
Yup. There was
that
the
dress
mom
that
and
they
the
wear.
daughter is both out there.
They say, "One that returned from righteousness to sin, the Lord prepares such one for the sword."
Yeah, man. And that's all that's coming to them is the sword, man. All right? Be it through Esau, or if it happens in the streets, man. You know? But nevertheless, it's coming. Could I get a
I didn't know if you want me to bring out that one you said, "Cast me not away." I got that.
Come on, go ahead, brother.
Yeah. This is Psalms 51. I was bringing this out. The elder had spoke about it a minute ago. It said, "Cast me not away from thy presence, and take not thy Holy Spirit from me. Restore unto me the joy of thy salvation, and uphold me with the free spirit." So, you know what I mean? Our mission is, we don't want to be cast away from the Most High, so we can deal diligently in this work, and receive our proper reward if it be His will. So that's what we out here doing. We need more of Him and less of us. We need His strength and guidance to do this work.
Because if you try to do it on your own, man, you're gonna fail, man. We can't really do nothing of our own power. We doing this under that's what's made us survive out here as long as we have, man. We didn't survive all kind of shit out here. Brawls, brothers that have they lives threatened. We had cats pull knives and guns, all kind of shit, man. But we're doing this work, and then what you got to understand is that bringing out the truth in the Bible is a threat to the oppressive system that's over us, and the elites of this society completely and totally understand that. Joe Blow, the Edomite, the six-pack Edomite, that don't know no better, that's talking about black and white, BHI, and all that kind of madness. He don't know what the hell is going on. All right? The low-level Edomites still think that we connected to Africa. But the well-educated ones know. And we've come to the understanding in this truth of ours, in this thing of ours, that in order to tell a lie, you have to know the truth. So it's just kind of, I guess it's just coincidental that all the scriptures that prove the physical appearance of the Israelites, the Lord, kind of get misconstrued or not talked about. You know, all the scriptures that prove that there was no virgin birth kind of get misconstrued or not talked about. You know, all the scriptures that prove that there's no hell. You know, and then the number one witness against Esau Edom is not only the Bible, but specifically the Apocrypha, which means to be hidden away. Secular history. So why is it that the things that make it very plain who the Lord is for are washed away? Well, I want to bring out a few things that are plain in the regular Bible. All right, and then through the Spirit, whatever brothers, wherever we go from there. So can I get 1 Timothy 2 and 9, I believe. 2 Timothy, it's locked. 2 Timothy.
Wherein I suffer trouble.
Actually, let's start at verse 7.
The 2 Timothy. This is the book of 2 Timothy 2.
Somebody hold Romans 1, 3, 3 and 4.
Got it. Verse 7. Consider what I say, and the Lord give thee understanding in all things.
Right. I think it's Proverbs 2 and 6. Somebody grab that. The Lord gave us understanding, man. He allowed us to understand and know these mysteries, to understand them, and to be able to teach other people and prove it, to edify the elect and bring in the righteous fruit, man. Okay? Because you got some low-hanging fruit that's good, and then you got low-hanging fruit that's not good at all, man. All right?
It says, remember that Yahushua Mashiach of the seed of David.
Oh, so that's very important, man, because the establishment of the King of Heaven is directly connected to King David, man. All right? Man, I can't wait till we can just put sword through these niggas. And Esau can't have it. Go ahead.
It says, was raised from the dead according to my gospel, wherein I suffered trouble.
Okay, stop right there. Let's go back to the seed of David then. Because that's a very important point, man. That's a very important point. Because what you got to understand, what that does is by making him the seed of David, that proves that there's no virgin birth. It destroys the fact that it destroys the lie, the false doctrine that there is a virgin birth. Right? And it makes it about a race of people and not for everybody. You see? And then, if you keep reading to what was that, verse 9?
Yeah. It says, wherein I suffer trouble as an evildoer.
Right, so we're suffering trouble as an evildoer because we're saying this is all about the seed of David and the seed of Israel. And not everybody. You see? The same thing that they were going through, we going through. The same thing was happening.
Right, they call us the bum camp, they call us rapists and all this other bullshit.
And you know what? Now one of our biggest enemies is becoming one of our biggest allies. See how the Lord can do it? Man, I wanted to put a sword through Son Nigga myself. Matter of fact, I can't even call him that no more.
Right.
He actually Son Netta now.
He's studying.
All right? Because, yeah, you know. So, hey, so Salakia, man. I wanted to be the one to get him, man, but the Lord, you never know, man. Look, Paul is that man. He that dude in the New Testament, all right? You know, Paul is that dude, man. All right? Paul was responsible for the deaths of a lot of Israelites, though. All right? Before the Lord pulled him back. Okay? So, going back to that, I can't even, you know, now Sarnetta is what, going live on this show. And we've been, and he, like I said, we were complete opposites, but he's speaking live to all of Israel and all them Jakes that was in. That black conscious shit is dead, man.
He cut Captain Crunch.
Yeah.
Because he been studying.
He been studying, man. So that black consciousness is destroyed, is wiped out, is done. Because their biggest, the biggest guy in the black consciousness was Sarnetta, and Sarnetta is professing the power, his power is Yahweh Ba'Shem Shai, and that we are Hebrews, man. And so as in turn, that's why you got so many women on the comment boards all of a sudden. Black consciousness had a huge so-called, you know, Jake audience, man. So a lot of them are subscribing to the fact that they're Hebrews now.
The one video where they showed it was like that old Edomite devil lady was talking shit to that one Jake lady.
Yeah.
She was quoting scriptures.
Yeah.
The lady knew. She was like, no, you're the Edomites.
Right.
No, we're the children of you. We're the Israelites.
See,
like
that lie ain't working no more.
Now.
That lie ain't working, and the lady's just laughing at her. And she getting mad because the old broad was just, you know, she's on her deathbed, and she was, you know, and she was playing her last game of poker. And she was putting on her poker face to the bitter end. But she was like, fuck, this bitch knows. She's like, no, because she told her, you coming back into slavery. So she said, your ass about to die. And when you come back, you coming back into slavery. And I was like, yeah.
And the part two, she was like, I'm white. She's like, no, the pillowcase white. She's like, you're pink. You look like a pink. You look like a pig. You're pink. You're red.
Yeah, right.
And then she looked down at her skin and she was like, she like rolled her eyes. I'm like, cut.
Yes, she got cut, man. You are an Edomite, man. There is no such thing as white people. They made that shit up, man. All right? In 1681. All right? Shalom, brother. They made that up. Y'all watching my shop like a dot, man.
And the brother Mariala, a few days ago, he told us that an Edomite told him in public that he's an Israelite. Because Mariala said, I'm from Palestine. And he was like, so he said, I'm a Jew. And then, no, he said, I'm from Israel. And then the Edomite said, no, I know you're from Israel. You're an Israelite. And after that, Mariala was like, he was just blown. These Edomites know.
Yeah. They know and they're watching, man. They know and they're watching. Go ahead, brother.
2 Corinthians 13:8. For we can do nothing against the truth, but for the truth.
There it is, man. So, because, you know, the Lord, it's amazing how the Lord can flip and turn things around, man. Sarnetta was our biggest, like I said, I'm going to have to refrain from calling him Sarnetta. He's Sarnetta now. Because why? Because he's like, look, we are the Israelites. You know, we the Hebrew Israelites. And then he turned around and said that GMS, they got the truth.
Yep.
Basically what he said is GMS, they for real, man. Them brothers got the truth, man. And that's what it is, man. GMS and the brothers who come up under them. And the two camps that pop off the top of my head, that's in order, that acknowledge the elders as they elders, is the men of valor and the men of the DTA. All right. Outside of that, you know, these other cats they on something else, man. And their doctrines are off. They're not right. They're not right. But let's get back to that 2 and 9.
This is back in 2 Timothy 2 and 9, wherein I suffered trouble as an evildoer, even unto bonds. But the word of God is
even
not
unto bonds. Somebody read that in the NLT, because I heard Elder Yashawamba read the scripture out of the NLT. It gives you that 2 Timothy 2 and 9. All right, because why? Because brothers have been locked up, sent to jail, threatened. So basically, what it's telling you is that when the men of the Lord were teaching this word, they would get put in jail. Why?
After the apostles during the 9/11,
So why were they getting put in jail for preaching Yahweh Shai? Because it was Israelite supremacy. That's why. Because the powers that were ruling then in Rome were Esau. Then all of a sudden these Israelites are saying, no, 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 no. You have rulership now, but we're going to have rulership forever. All right? And when our Lord comes back, he going to get in that red ass. He going to take all you and all your partners down, all these people, all these other countries that are joined unto you. All right? He pretty much put it out there, man. And that's where we are. You got it, brother?
This 2 Timothy 2:9 in a New Living Translation. It say, and because I preach the good news, I am suffering and have been chained like a criminal.
Because we... Wow, you hit it. Read it again, bro.
That is 2 Timothy 2:9 in a New Living Translation. And because I preach the...
Hold on, let this madness go by. I hope it's an Edomite or a 2/3 nigga.
They got no judgment.
Go ahead, brother. Matter of fact, read the King James version, the proper version first, and then let's let Esau cut himself in his New Living Translation. Because you know what, the NLT, they be in trying to hide a lot of things, they cut the shit out of themselves. And we brought out other scriptures where they just completely annihilated themselves, man.
Right, like the one scripture in Deuteronomy where it talks about if a man takes a damsel and lays hold on her, it literally says rape.
Yeah.
It says rape. Like,
They cut themselves.
yeah.
Then they got the nerve to come and call us that we got the rape doctrine. No, the Bible has the rape doctrine, and we're telling you how it's handled if that occurs. In every society in history, rape occurs. The Israelites happen to have a set of laws on how to deal with it. All right? That's it.
That's why scriptures talk about our ways are diverse, man. We have actual governing laws and rules to handle every situation, man.
Right. Because I guarantee you, if a dude is going around raping women and he has to be physically and financially responsible for them, he'll keep his dick out of the bitch.
Right. Hell yeah.
Right. Because you done raped it, right? And now you stuck with her. You come home, there she is. Yep. She don't never shut her mouth. She don't clean up. She don't cook. You took the ass. Now you stuck. Right.
You got the post.
You like, damn. I should have. Damn.
That's that post.
You fucked.
Like, that's right.
I should have worn rubber.
Nah, it wasn't pulled out.
Too late. He still popped it.
Yeah.
He broke behind her. Right. Whether he busting or not, man. And now you got that. Because now now you responsible for her.
And the kid.
She and the kid. Kid look just like her, talk just like her, act just like her. Right. You screwed yourself, man. All right, so now you read that one again? All right, go ahead.
2 Timothy 2:9. Wherein I suffer trouble as an evildoer, even unto bonds. Let me read it again. Wherein I suffer trouble as an evildoer, even unto bonds.
Yep, so we suffer trouble as an evildoer, even unto bonds, meaning they lock us up and try to take us to jail just for reading the Bible, just for teaching the truth. But if we was out here talking about Allah and bean cakes and pies and we was out here talking about Krishna and Buddha, no problem. But we out here talking about the Lord, man, and His true name. That's a problem to the powers that be. Now read it in this one.
It's 2 Timothy 2:9 in a New Living Translation. It say, and because I preach the good news, I am suffering and have been chained like a criminal.
Right. So so the men of the Lord, our forefathers, and whom a lot of, and you got to understand, regeneration and reincarnation. Timothy is back here, man. The men of the Lord, the apostles, the prophets, they're back here. And they were going to jail in the ancient world for teaching Yahushua. Right? And the same threat of it every time we come out here. All right? Now, granted, it hasn't happened a lot to us, especially in recent years, but it has happened, man. But the hedge of the Lord has been protecting us. Okay? But But it has happened when men of the Lord has gotten locked up just for teaching the Bible. Not doing anything, no physical harm to anyone, simply for teaching the Bible. All right?
It's saying, but the word of Yahweh cannot be changed.
But you can't change the word. Because guess what? Brothers go to get locked up and then they start prophesying in jail. And the evidence of that is now you got Hebrew Israelites all up in the prisons now. I remember a brother was out here, we was on Van Buren, we were talking to a brother. And the brother talked about he had just got released from incarceration. And he was talking about how, how the Muslims have one night, the Christians have a night, and I woo up the bam, that the Israelites have a night. To where it's their night to teach, and yeah.
My cousin
in the joint, I'm like, damn.
You know what's so big about that too, Aaron? It's a big deal when they separate you like that, man. 'Cause that means they acknowledge that what you're doing, they acknowledge that you're not quite the same as the other people, man. When they give you your own special time and date to worship your Lord or your God, so to speak, it means a lot, man. And to be an Israelite in jail, we're figuring unheard of 20 years ago, man. Unheard of, man.
Yeah, my cousin got out of jail like 3 years ago. He came over and I was like, yeah, we the Israelites. Like, I heard all that in jail. Like, I was learning, but he learned the Yeshuas and all that other shit. But I told him like, nah, those ain't the names. But he came, was like, yeah, we the Israelites. I'm like,
He
he
just, but
he came out talking about
that's
it.
raw as fuck though.
Yup.
He came out of jail knowing he was an Israelite, man. So that's saying a lot, man. So like we said, the men of the Lord in the ancient world were going to jail for teaching Yahweh Shai. And that same threat that sits upon us now. We're being labeled as terrorist threats. But we committed no acts of terror. Meanwhile, they've admitted over and over again that pale males are the biggest terror threat in America. But you don't see them going around rounding up white guys. All right, go ahead.
Verse 10. It says, therefore, I endure all things for the elect's sake.
So once again, for the elect's sake, we're out here. It has it in our lives the same way that Paul and Barnabas did. And who was holding that Romans?
I got it.
Water, brother.
Romans 1.
And then I'm back to shut down whenever you brothers got it. I know y'all hot. I still got that power. You know what? That would pass. Let it go.
Romans 1 and 3. Concerning his son, Yahweh Shai, our Lord, the made of the seed of David according to the flesh.
Come on, man. He was made of the seed of David according to the flesh. So where's the immaculate conception, man? Read it again, man. You see the hypocrisy of Christianism, right? Apologism, all right? Of Christianism, okay? Read it again, Papa Michelle.
Romans 1 and 3. Concerning his son, Yahweh Shai, our Lord, which was made of the seed of David according to the flesh.
Read verse 4.
And declared to be the Son of the Most High, in power according to the Spirit of holiness of the resurrection from the dead.
So look, man. Hey, what did it say in Matthew 10 and 6? I believe it's 10 and 6, and he come only for the lordship of the house of Israel. You know? So where are the other people in that, man?
They're in there. They're just the slaves.
This same Matthew chapter 10 and verse 6. But go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. And it's saying, as ye go, preach, saying, the kingdom of heaven is at hand.
The kingdom of heaven is at hand. So teaching the kingdom of heaven is meaning that you teaching the house of David is going to reign on the throne. All right? And the house of David is all 12 tribes being brought back together, man. Which is Israelite superiority in the kingdom. The kingdom of heaven cannot come without the Israelites ruling over all people on the earth, man. Point blank, period. And they don't want, and they want to teach everybody can make it. So they completely teach the Bible and leave out the house of David. That the throne of David is established in the kingdom of heaven, man. They are full of shit, man.
I got it right here. This is St. Luke 1, verse 31. And behold, thou shalt conceive in thy womb and bring forth a son, and shalt call his name Yahweh Shai, He shall be great, and he shall be called the Son of the Highest, and the Lord power shall give, Salakia, and Yahweh power shall give unto him the throne of his father David.
There it is, man.
So, yeah, whose throne is that? It's David's throne. It was passed on to Solomon. All right, Solomon was told that that kingdom was going to reign forever. How is it going to reign forever? When Yahweh Shai comes back and establishes his kingdom. He's going to sit on his father's throne, David. So what does that mean? That means he came through that lineage.
Khan. He came through that lineage, man. And you cannot get around that fact because the churches, and the theology schools, and all these monasteries and ministries, they try to make it for everybody, and the Bible never said that. The throne of David has to be established in order for the kingdom of heaven to come. Point blank, period, man. You can't separate them from one another. All right? Go ahead, brother.
This Amos 9 and 11. And that day will I raise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen and close up the breaches thereof, and I will raise up his ruins, and I will build it as in the days of old.
Right, it's in the days of old. What was happening in the days of old, man? We was conquering and slaying and putting people under subjection, man. Matter of fact, David and in the house of David and his mighty men whooped so much ass that when Solomon took the throne, Solomon never put on armor. He never had to put on no armor, go lift up a sword. You know?
Peace in the world.
Right. It's like damn, I want to knock somebody out, but damn, my dad done whooped ain't nobody to fight. Somebody step up. You want some? No, my lord. Everybody was upright. Then nobody want none, man. You know, if David was your father, you wouldn't. Right. It was right. It was like, you want some? No. Here's the silver. Here's some sheep. Here's some goats. Here's some bitches. Right. We don't want no trouble.
No smoke.
So and that's how it's gonna be, man. Hey, Shalom, brother.
Shalom.
That's how it's gonna be, point blank, period, man. They lying to you in the churches, man. You cannot have the kingdom of heaven without the what's up?
No, say no more. My spirit.
It's all good, brother. It's all good, brother.
My spirit came this way.
I hear you, brother. And
Say
so
no more.
you got you.
For real.
I hear you, brother. I hear you. But hold your peace though. We teach you.
Right.
But I got you though,
Say
brother.
no more.
But nevertheless, man. Once again, you cannot establish the kingdom of heaven without the house of David ruling, and that's us. That's these people right here, man. So-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Point blank, period, man. And our scattered brothers among the heathens. Because we got scattered through that unrighteous, foul thing called slavery. And some of our people got scattered among the heathen nations. So our seed is still among some of those people, man. All right? And you Israelites out there, they can't come to grips with that reality, man. That we gonna have our brothers that look like the other nations. Then the Lord ain't dealing with you, man. You're not on the level. You're not on the level, and you have no business teaching. Guys like that, y'all just need to shut up, man. And shut down and take notes. Because you're not helping us at all. You're hindering us. People like that, man. But flip side of that coin is that the scripture says those things must happen. All right? It's got to be guys like that. And on the other side of that coin, I'm thankful for it because that makes all our chances that much better.
Psalms 122 and 3. Jerusalem is building as a city that is compact together. Whether the tribes go up, the tribes of the Lord unto the testimony of Israel, give thanks unto the name of the Lord. For there are set thrones of judgment, the thrones of the house of David, man. All right, because the scripture talk about there will be 12,000 from each tribe judging the houses of Israel, man. Those judges are going to be the house of David, man.
Kind. And they're going to be highly respected and in order, man. And when they show up to wherever they go in the world, they're gonna get greeted just like I spoke before. Now we was making light of it and kind of getting a laugh out of it, but it's true, right? When members of that 144,000, when those men show up to a strange land, those people are gonna, they're showing up there to pass judgment. So that means somebody that messed up. All right, and so
you have peace and love. That's why you already know. And I just want to let you know that.
Appreciate you, brother.
Do that shit. That's love. Peace and love. I already know.
Travel in peace, brother.
So that's why I say that's why I can't do. Bro, I want to get down on me real quick.
No, we good. You good.
No, you good, brother.
Yeah, but I'm like, bro, man, look, speak on whatever it is. I see my brother standing 10 tall. I love y'all. Love, bro.
All right, brother.
Say
Be safe
no
on
more.
your journey, man.
All right, brother.
Done talking. Peace, bro.
Peace to you, brother.
Yeah.
Hey, so hey, look, like you said, man, that right there, that might be one of them enforcers for the Lord, man. You never know. Right. All right? Because on that day, you know, or he just could be a straight 2/3. There's still gonna be an enforcer. Because they said there be spirits created, man. So literally, he's filling the brothers. You know, and he on that street shit, man. I saw his pyramid. Yeah, he ain't claiming Egypt either. That pyramid ain't represent that at all. All right? So, you know, some of these street guys, you know, a lot of them gonna turn up on Esau, man. Lord gonna put a portion on them, man.
I had a dream that I was locked up in the concentration camp with a brother, and the ones who broke me and the brother out was like two Issacharites tattooed up, look like some M13, what's they called? Like, they look like dumb dudes, and they had the bolt cutters, and they chopped us the gate up and got us out of prison.
There it is, man.
Killing. Two straight up Vato Loco looking dudes.
Right. We got about 90 bodies apiece. You know? You know?
It was a situation where me and the brothers was out and we was just having little drinks and stuff, and I accidentally bumped into Issachar, and Issachar was like, "Oh, you want to fight?" Da, da, da. I was like, "Nah, bro, you good." I was like, "Hey, I already know you can pull my butt, man." He was like, "Nah, I'm not gonna fight you, man, but we need to kill these white people." You know I wasn't expecting that.
That's all right. No, he's like, "No, you good, brother, but we do." So basically, he was saying, everyone fights. When I start swinging, you start swinging.
Yep.
There it is, man.
Yeah.
So right, the Lord is put just like you got all these women making videos about being one of the many wives.
Yeah.
You know, you got women that's coming to that understanding that there's a man shortage out here, and secondly, and that when this society falls, man, they're gonna need protection. You got lots of women now, and the amount of women's on the comment boards, man. I keep saying that's where our wives and our women gonna come. Most of the wives that you have now, a lot of them aren't gonna make it, man.
Yep.
All right. I'm just being honest with you.
Yep.
A lot of brothers that got women, got wives. The wife that's with you now, chances are she may not be one of your wives when that time comes. Now, unless she can humble down and get in line, you know. Real talk.
Go ahead, bro.
This is to land back off you. This is 2nd Ezra 16:33. The virgins shall mourn, having no bridegroom.
There you go. And we were just laughing about before we started recording about the pretty sister, the light-skinned sister with the pretty eyes.
Oh, yeah.
You know, talking about that's our nigga.
Right.
You know?
That's right.
He was like, bitch, what makes you think you that bitch? That
Right.
you special?
Right.
You know?
None of them.
You know, the joke was, hey, when you said we going home, she we coming home. I'm coming home too.
That's right.
Basically, she putting herself in the equation.
That's coming.
Said I'm his wife too. You know, so and that's what's coming, man. And it's getting closer and closer.
Right.
All right.
Right, because right now the nigga woman over there got Esau. I guess something happened to her. She got Esau to protect her, but in that day they ain't gonna have nobody.
Right. And they were fucking with the brother who just left here, but they let him go though. Right. You know, maybe I'm saying, you know, travel in peace, but they let him go. He probably said something to her. Because Keisha in that bright ass pink, her cheeks is poking out like the moon. You know, and he probably said something to her. and now Esau came to, you know, yeah.
Right. Got down on his ass, man. Hey, they finna get right down on his ass too. She know what she doing.
And she out of order for that anyway.
Yeah, man.
Especially a dude that's a little drunk. He gonna say, it ain't too many straight men. I wouldn't have said shit to him.
Not a goddamn
But there's a
thing.
lot of men, because especially when they trying that hard, because that's what they want. And I don't want to give them that satisfaction.
No validation.
You know, I might have looked and just kept it moving, but you know, when she want attention.
Exactly.
Right?
Look out.
Exactly. She gonna get it in that day.
Oh yeah, that right there.
Carousel.
She gonna she riding the carousel, but the day coming when the carousel gonna ride her.
That's right.
Right. She ain't gonna have no choice in it.
That's right.
You know? And she wasn't feeling my mans, but the guys you ain't feeling, because they gonna be the only ones on the carousel.
That's right.
All right? And you gonna feel them all right. You gonna drink them too.
That's right.
You ain't gonna have no choice. All right? Go ahead.
The second Ezra 16:33. The virgins shall mourn, having no bridegrooms. The women shall mourn, having no husbands. Their daughters shall mourn, having no helpers. In the wars, their bridegrooms shall be destroyed, and their husbands shall perish of famine.
Yeah, there it is, man. And a lot of these tough guys, a lot of these well-to-do, these Beamer driving, Escalade driving, Jeep driving, these dudes ain't gonna have nothing, man.
Nothing.
All right. You know, you wait till this currency completely crashes, man. And then what do you think when all hell breaks loose, man? These cops going home, man.
Right.
They going home, man. They ain't gonna come out here to die at the hand of all these crazy ass people out here. You gonna have a few dummies trying to play hero and watch too many movies. Nigga, you ain't The Rock. You ain't Jason Statham.
Right. John Wick.
Right. Yeah, they gonna carry their ass home and try to protect their own household, man.
What's it, John McClane and shit?
Right.
You actually seen it in that movie World War Z, where that cop actually had grabbed some supplies for himself and had went home.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Shit, when they
Matter of fact, if I'm not mistaken, before he even went, he saw he knew something was up because he saw the cop putting all the water in the trunk. Then the next thing you know, he in the store. And the cop come running in, he thinking he about to get arrested. And the cop ain't paying. The cop start grabbing, baby supplies because he had a baby at home.
Yep.
These dudes got wives, girlfriends, and babies and shit.
Right.
All right. And so when the shit go down, they gonna be like, fuck them, man. I ain't going to work.
Right.
A lot of them go, and a lot of them Jake that be watching the videos.
Yep.
A lot of them gonna take their badge and put it on boom.
Yep.
But,
Right.
Even Esau say the first law of man is self-preservation, man.
Yes.
So when shit breaks down, you gonna look out for who? You and yours, man.
Yes.
Shit, even before shit even got real, those riots from last year, either last year or the year before last.
A lot of cops quit.
The cops, and they was quick, and the police was stealing shit. They ain't got them DTLR, they stealing Air Force Ones and shit.
The cop that had all the Air
he
Forces.
had a hella Nike boxes and shit. Shit ain't even get real. And the police was like, man, fuck that shit. You know, it was every man for himself.
There you
know?
go, man.
So how much more when shit gets real, man? How much more,
And that was some orchestrated shit.
Exactly.
Wait till it's for real. All right? And you gonna have dumbass Jake, when that shit go down, instead of hitting up Jules and getting coffee or donuts or anything. Hey, man, because look, man, you don't think coffee is important? You'll be able to buy a lot of shit if you got coffee, man.
Yeah. Go to jail.
You got
Hey,
some
look.
bags of coffee, you're gonna be able to buy and get some shit, man. And I'm gonna tell you, man, and the loose square dude, he gonna be getting top all the time. Because these bros gonna do anything. Look, you hooked on these substances, man.
Yep.
When everything go down, the dude that got tampons, all right,
man.
the dude that got
Baby
loose
wipes.
squares and baby wipes, he gonna be getting top.
all day.
Right. Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, Ciroc.
Hey, look, hey, I'm telling you, man, you think I'm being raunchy, man, I'm being truthful. It's gonna get nasty, grimy out here. Bros gonna let dudes run trains on them just to get get a pack of cigarettes.
Like the ketchup.
What you gonna do for these squares?
Yep.
One square.
Right.
One square.
And he gonna be like, well, my boys too.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. But she gonna get a pack of squares or however she gonna do what she gotta do.
Now what you gonna do for the matches?
Damn. Yeah.
It's Sirach 36 and 25.
And guess what? A lot of them women that's going to be left in that situation are going to be the women that the men of the Lord did not pick.
Facts.
And the sadly, or scoffers, and sadly, a lot of those women were once with men of the Lord.
Pitiful case.
They really gonna be in pitiful case, man.
Pitiful case.
Because they gonna be sitting up thinking, remembering, like, damn, I should have just humbled down. I should have never let that other dude run up in me. I fucked up. Like, yeah, because now everybody running up in you. Now you everybody's girlfriend.
Hey.
You gonna belong to the streets for real.
No, because the baby daddy, because the guy you had, he's starting no fire, he didn't build no tent,
right?
Don't know how to fish, don't know nothing, you know what I mean? The Sirach 36 and 25, where no hedge is, there the possession is spoiled. He that has no wife will wander up and down mourning, man. If you ain't got no man, hey, you gonna be all spoiled goods, man. All right? You're much more gonna run into trouble when you ain't have no man around you. If you got a man around, the very few men that's gonna holler at your girl while you there, man. All right? But when you ain't got no man, you run around in a big little outfit like that, the chance you get spoiled gonna be increasingly higher, man.
Right. You think Maylene gonna be able to walk around? You know, she got curvy little body. You think she gonna be able to walk around the next man? No little tight ass pants? No. When that time comes? No. Because these people have a false sense of security. That's right. They have a very false sense of security. They don't understand or realize the situation that America is in, man.
That's right.
This place is about to fall. All right, go ahead, brother.
Olympus is falling. Yes, I was going to get that Sirach 5. Unless somebody was reading something.
No, go ahead, brother.
Oh, okay. It's like,
Let me get the Isaiah.
This is trying to get this it says Sirach 5 because the elder had said something. It's gonna get you when you least expect it. This is Sirach 5 and 7. It says, "Make no tarrying to turn to the Lord, and put not off from day to day."
Right. So now is the time to do the work of the Lord, man. You can't, you just want to go live your best life and do what you want to do, and not be out here on the grind pushing this word like the same way that the apostles and the disciples did. He just read how they were going to jail just for preaching the Lord. The same threat is now. Every time we open these Bibles that come on the highways and byways, the threat of us getting locked up increases. All right? And the same thing happened to the disciples. Men of the Lord get locked up. Why? Because the kingdom of heaven means the downfall of this place.
That's right.
But you know, God bless America. Are you out of your mind? You can't have America and have God.
At all.
The two don't go together, man. All right, go ahead, brother.
This says, "For suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord come forth, and in thy security you shall be destroyed."
There it is, man.
And perish in the day of vengeance.
And perish in the day of vengeance, man. And the Lord is not coming back to give out high fives, man. That's right. He's not coming back, and it's going to be a long line of people standing there and they playing the Bulls theme song, man. And he running down high-fiving everybody.
That ain't it.
And that's just not going to happen like that, man. The Lord is coming back with a sword, man. All right? And he's coming back to slay and destroy many people, man.
That's right.
I don't have time to listen to you right now, but where do you preach normally?
Right here.
Join you?
Right here.
What time, what day?
We're out here every Saturday.
Every Saturday at this hour?
Around this time, yeah.
Okay. God bless you.
All right, you too, man. Go ahead.
Good.
Yeah.
Acts.
He probably one of them more Irish jakes. He might be. Or either that, he gonna catch a sword.
Acts 7:52. Which of the prophets have not your father persecuted? And they have slain them which showed before the coming of the just.
So what that's telling you is that all the prophets were persecuted, man.
That's right.
All of them. They were all put to the test, man. Okay? But, we're looking to be prophets like Elijah, man.
That's right.
And even more so, even greater. That's right. Because Elijah was feared, man.
Yep.
And He was the lowest prophet, man. You know, who gonna try to get down on the dude who can call down fire?
Right.
You know, I just point, and fire just come down out of the heavens, just start cooking, or even not even have to point. I just look.
Right.
Well, you know, wherever I look, that's where the fire come down and destroy, man. That's cool. Until I call it back, man.
Yeah, that's cool.
Precision.
You know?
Right. Precision airstrike.
Right, and the technology is better than Esau's. You better believe it, man.
Much better. Much better.
You better believe it, because they boast about the satellites where they can see the year of a dime on the ground from the heavens, man. And why the hell you couldn't find Osama bin Laden?
Right.
Maybe because he was already dead.
Right.
Acts 7:52. Which of the prophets has not your father persecuted, and they have slain them which showed before of the coming of the judgment, of whom ye have been now the betrayers and murderers. But look, a lot of our people, right, whether they believe it or not, they're the ones casting up Yahweh's side to Pontius Pilate, man.
Yep.
When they heard these things, they were cut to the heart. They gnashed on them with their teeth. All right, this is going to the account of Stephen, man. All right, the words that we speak, man, hey, they're actually cutting to the morals, to the marrow, to the bones of the spirit of these people, man. They can't take it to the last result. They got to come round us up. They got to try to kill us, man.
Yeah.
The wisdom of Solomon too says it, man.
Yep.
Said he boasted the Most High as his father.
Yep.
Let us see if the words be true, man.
That's right. And you got our people that support him.
Like what was that? We was watching in the class, Last Kingdom, right? He said they watching there, like, so your God gonna stop the arrows? He's like, yes, if my God wanted to stop the arrows, gonna stop them. They stopping all the arrows and shit. They try to prove
That was
him,
my
man.
favorite scene.
It was. It was.
What was his name? Abba?
Yep, Abba.
He was like, let me see.
Yep.
Right.
And he was like, go ahead, shoot. He was like, no. My archers, my arrows, I say we can shoot. Okay, shoot.
I love it.
Right. And that Edomite, and guess what? The Lord wasn't with him, man. All right?
So is it on that?
Says it on.
I got a precept. This is the book of Acts 5. I'm going to start at 39. But if it be of God, ye cannot overthrow it, lest happily be found even to fight against God. And to him they agreed. And when they had called the apostles and beaten them, they commanded that they should not speak in the name of Yahweh Shai and let them go. And they departed from the presence of the council, rejoicing that they were counted worthy to suffer shame for his name. So this was the apostles. They got hemmed up. They brought to a council not to teach the name anymore. And what happened? They got beat up for it.
Right.
Most people would be like, shit, I ain't with that. And they'll give up, they'll hang up the towel right then and there.
For this.
You know? But they rejoiced that they were found worthy to suffer shame for his name.
He like, man, the damn Romans out here giving out lumps. Man, you ain't telling me I have to take lumps and shit. Right.
I got another one on deck. This is Revelations 2 and verse 10. Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days.
So what's that telling you? That's telling you that the devil is here on earth. All right? Because it ain't say nothing about you going to hell. So how you going to go to hell and go to prison? There's a prison in hell? Damn. Hell must really be fucked up there. For you already in hell, so now you going to the prison in hell. Well, the other people in the regular lake of fire going, damn.
Right. Prison.
Right. You know, it's madness, man. Retardation.
Right. It says that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days, which is just a time period, you know. Be thou faithful unto death, and I'll give thee a crown of life. So it even boils down to, even if you have to die for this truth.
Some of us are going to die, man. All right? But the Lord talks about that remnant that's not going to die. It's going to be saved.
Yep.
It's going to be brought through this and out of this, man.
Yep.
All right? Which we're hoping to do that, man. Because I personally, you know, I want to go from being a fisher to a hunter, and I know we all do. And anyone who says that they don't, man, well, I don't really want to be no hunter. Shut up, man.
Right.
Because if you say that, the Lord probably going to get rid of you. Because it ain't right, exactly. Because every man, right, exactly. What's wrong with it?
That's
like you got a plump, pretty ass, thick body virgin right there, the untouched.
Right.
And she's telling you, well, I'm ready to be your wife. And then now I'm,
Right.
right. Like you gonna find another one.
Right.
Exactly. Stop playing.
That was it on that.
This is the book of 1 Kings, chapter 19 and verse 14. And he said, I have been very jealous for Yahweh, power of hosts, because the children of Israel have forsaken thy covenant, thrown down thy altars, and slain thy prophets with the sword. And I, even I only am left, and they seek my life to take it away. And so this was Elijah, man. He was distressed when he heard, I believe, that wicked bitch Jezebel, and them niggas that was following her.
Look what the Lord did to her.
Oh, fucked her up, man. Because she was seeking the life of a great prophet, man. Mm-hmm. She was seeking to kill him. Because what? He had just confounded those false-ass prophets of Baal, man. And here it is, he wrought great miracles and great judgment and righteousness in the name of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, and niggas still wanted to seek his life, man. And that's crazy, man. But it goes, hey, look at what happened to our Lord. Our Lord did great wonders, great miracles. He healed a lot of Israelites, man. But what? Our people wanted to be like Esau, man. They love their father, the devil. So that's why they said, hey, give us a Barabbas, the murderer. They chose a murderer and a thief over the just one.
Just like with Moses.
That's crazy, yeah, with Moses.
All the miracles that the Lord done, and they still wanted to go on.
Right. And that's how you know that Esau, copies us but then doesn't copy us. Right? Because what happens every time there's a new president? They swear on the Bible, but then they always let some people out of prison, man. Mm-hmm. They always exonerate, There's a word that they use for which I'm forgetting right now. They always throw out, brother. They always hand out pardons, man. All right. So, and where you think they just like they got the custom of college. So basically, Esau is very unoriginal, man. The only thing that he came up with on his own was that wicked council, always getting a group of people together to try to make rules, and all these people got different ideas and stuff. It ain't gonna never work. It's always gonna be chaos, man.
That's right. Shit, that's why the U.S. is in complete fucking disarray, man. In one state, it ain't no mask. It ain't in another state. It's a mask mandate. One state is
more and more states are coming against it.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Then you got states that are divided. The counties in the states are separated from the state.
Right.
You got counties within the state that are saying, well, we separate from the state. We're not gonna, or trying to separate from the state and don't want to get what the governor is doing. So the internal is just, it's an all-out brawl, man.
That's insane.
It's like you show up to a fight, you're like, well, this dude is greater than us, so hey, look, we gonna both get him. All right. But then you get there to both get him, and the dude you with still on you first.
Right.
I thought we was
right.
So now you got a three-way fight, man.
Yep.
It's insane.
House divided, man. It ain't gonna stand.
Because you got some states who are trying to mandate a vaccination passport to prove that you were able to move around the city.
Right.
You got some restaurants saying they're separating those who got it from those who don't.
Yep.
And they're gonna start looking at people like, oh, you ain't got it, or what you want the BAM, that you're less of a person.
And then they're gonna realize how much money they missing out on.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like I said, that whole group of Edomites down there in front of Millennium Park, they was all against. They all had their signs. Right? It was about maybe 50 of them out there. And they have their no-vax, anti-vax, and vax is illegal, the vax is a violation of this article, this law, blah, blah, blah. Vax is killed, vax is poison, all vaxes are all this. That's what their signs said.
Right.
I'm just quoting what their signs said.
Right.
I'm not saying that that's what we're saying, but that's what their signs said.
Right.
All right? And so they were totally against it. House totally divided.
That's right.
Right. And I was in because you know how they said if if you get the jab, you don't gotta wear the mask or whatever. So I'm like, man, fuck that. I ain't gonna wear this shit. I'm in the store breathing all good and shit, smiling and shit. This one Edomite lady came up to me. She's like, how are you getting away with not wearing a mask? I'm like, did you check out the new guidelines from the CDC? Said whatever. She's like, oh really? She's like, well, how would anybody know if you actually got it? And I was like, they won't.
That's the thing they're gonna
show
use
them the card. So that's why they gonna eventually have to put the chip out there.
It's gonna be a spike. It's gonna make a false thing.
And it's gonna happen
gonna be
this
a spike.
summer.
Yeah, it's gonna be a spike.
Everything opened up, and with a lot of people not wearing it that hasn't been vaccinated, which I was just watching a video on BitChute on how Europeans are dropping, and high-profile Europeans are dropping. That they got Maxine Waters, and how they can't hide that shit no more. It's getting that bad. So expect a lot of people. And what they, you know what Esau gonna turn around and do? I promise you. People who got the double vaccination, who got the double waters, when they start dropping dead, they either gonna say it's a new strand, or they gonna say that that it was the C word that did it. Right. They're not gonna say it was the waters that did it. I guarantee you they gonna lie about it. But you can expect a lot more people to actually start dropping for real. And like the one scientist brought out, how people who take certain waters, they can't, their bodies will not be able to fight off other things. Yep. Just like the information was released that you can't give blood to a blood bank if you've been double tapped.
Right.
So what is that telling you?
Right.
If the blood bank don't want to take your blood, what is that telling you?
Yeah.
If I gotta bribe you to take something and promote it, then it must not be good, man.
Shit, in Vegas, just now, Larry Flint's strip club,
mentioned,
you get a free lap dance and a complimentary bottle. if you get a jab, you get a free lap dance, man.
That dude's still alive?
No, he dead.
Oh, okay.
That nigga dead like a motherfucker.
Because I got a feeling that if Larry was alive, he wouldn't go for it.
He wouldn't go for it. No.
He would be like, hell no. Matter of fact, if you got that, don't come in my spot.
Right.
Yeah, because Larry Flint was no friend of this crooked ass authority, right? He wasn't feeling them at all, man.
People versus Larry
South Carolina, when I was out there,
He was like, right, I want bitches to be able to show their titties. No, yeah, but Larry was against this. What the hell wrong with Eve, man? Watch this.
Y'all done goddamn mind.
What's this? She fall.
Put the camera on that, man.
Drugs are bad.
See, our people, we need deliverance, man.
And the heathen love that.
And he helping her.
Yeah.
Right. Like they
pull the shoulder. He trying to help her. Man.
Like the scripture, they pull the shoulder and shit.
Right,
like
so
Zechariah.
Con. Next thing you know, he gonna get swarmed by these guys, and he gonna get beat over the head, being told to stop resisting.
Right.
When he putting his hands up, stop resisting.
Right.
Stop.
Right.
You know, getting lumped up. It's like I'm not resisting. What the?
Yeah. There was a video that Mariala showed me yesterday. It was an Edomite that was speaking on the jab, and he said that this summer it's going to be a spike, like you said. And what they're going to do is the people that took the jab, they're going to be the ones succumbing and dropping from it. And then what they're going to do is flip it to blame it on the people
just said that. We just said the same thing.
They already know.
That's exactly what they're going to do.
Yeah.
The people who took it, it's your fault. Right.
But wait a minute, if that's the
But
case,
then the
why
people
get
gonna
it
be
in
like,
the
wait a
first
minute, I
place?
got double tapped. Why what the fuck's going on?
Right.
It's gonna backfire, man.
That's right.
Why get it in the first place if that's the case?
Exactly. They're gonna open this shit up
Yeah.
now.
Have a good time. Go to the Riverwalk. Go to the Viagra Triangle.
Right.
You know, go have a good time, man. Enjoy it because that next lockdown is when that next lockdown comes. Just like many of these people said, when that next lockdown comes, the shit gonna be permanent. It ain't open back up. And where it's gonna what's gonna open back up is riots and chaos.
Perfect. Right.
So bring it on.
That's right.
Bring it on. Let that shit happen, man.
It's coming.
Let it happen.
This is I got an article. This was last week, May 24th, 2021, from RT. This is out of the mouth of the World Health Organization chief. Okay, Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus, whatever the fuck his name is. He says, a virus even more transmissible and fatal than Crown Royal, will lead the world into the next pandemic. He says,
and they're probably working on it.
Yeah.
Or the Lord gonna actually send it. Either way, the Lord's behind it.
Yeah, that's right.
Because if he allowing Esau to do it, right, the Lord's behind it. If it actually happens, just because the Lord sent it,
that's right.
Either way,
that's right.
All matters of life belong unto the Lord, man.
That's right.
Thus saith the Bible. Right? All matters of death.
All matters of death, the issues of death. That's right. It says it's an evolutionary certainty that there will be another virus with the potential to be more transmittable and more deadlier than this one.
So if you if you got the double tap, double waters, you're gonna have no defense against anything else because your body has been transformed to defend only against that.
That's right.
It's almost like AIDS.
It's like AIDS.
Yeah, perfect point. Because it was SARS. What was it before that?
Well, Rona is
basically
it's a rep. No.
I'll give you the breakdown.
Yeah,
I think I have a
It was SARS. There was two more before the Crown Royal.
I'm gonna read them. Zika. I'm gonna read it all.
Right, that's what it was. The Zika and the SARS, right? The scientists said each one got progressively worse.
Right.
So, you know what I mean? So as these increase, it's gonna get worse, man.
That's right.
Because the one after this CV, it's gonna be worse, man.
That's right.
I seen a meme where the dude, it said me in 20, or it's like the ones who didn't get jabbed in 2035, and he loading up his Nerf gun, and in the background he got zombies.
Here you go. Same fear, different year. 2003, Truth About SARS. 2000, this is All-Time Magazine, by the way. Right? 2004, bird flu. 2005, the chicken thing, the death threat, the HN something. I think it was
HN,
right?
H1N1.
2009, I can't. Why you'll be wearing masks again? All right. 2009, H1N1. That was so 2005 was something else. 2014, chasing Ebola. All these are the covers of Time magazine. I'm gonna bring it to the camera. 2016, Zika virus. 2017, can't read what that one is, but I remember that little symbol being all over the news. Ebola. All right. 2020, Crown Royal. All right, and now it's saying 2021, Maxine Waters.
And don't forget 1918.
Right, what started right here in America. By the way. All right? They don't tell you that started on an army base in America. And they call it the Spanish flu though. So people think, oh, it came from Spain.
Right.
No! It started here in America on an army base, man.
Now we got the
And like you said, unoriginal.
China.
I got a preset. This is
Slocky. And then so now there's a probe. All these big international government agencies, you got 90 days to test it if that Wuhan theory is true now.
Yeah.
You know? Right.
Well, the funny thing is that when Trump was saying that, they had to create and make him the boogeyman.
Right.
Now all he's doing is repeating what Trump was saying.
Exactly.
Right? Because and another thing that I found strange is that Fauci, little funny looking ass, and Gates with his ugly ass.
Right.
Both of them have been silent, quiet as a mouse. They've been so mouthy and so voiceful. Now all of a sudden they're quiet because I believe when they're saying a lot of the people, a lot of authorities are saying that they're about to throw them under the bus.
Yeah, perfect.
All right, they're about to sacrifice them dudes, man, because a lot of shit Esau can't have that. It's coming out. All right, a lot of stuff is coming out, man.
Well, it was reported like 30 years ago where Fauci was on the board of a treatment for HIV, and he had an opposition doctor basically telling him that you know that the treatment that you're giving these people is making them is not making them better, man. So Fauci has always been on the side of creating so-called vaccination.
And you wait till these type of truths come out and finally hit the mainstream to where they can't hide it and lie about it anymore. And guess what? It's gonna happen. Same way that now all of a sudden they're admitting about about the UFOs, the UAPs, which are the chariots of Israel, man, the chariots of God. All right? Okay? So the same way they're forced to admit about that, they're going to have to admit what they did, man. Just like the truth about how Obama and Clinton had to make apologies to the Northern Kingdom about the shit that went on in South America and in Puerto Rico. All right? They had to admit that our government was injecting disease into the people in Guatemala, and they injected cancer cells into Ephraimites in Puerto Rico. In Puerto Rico.
Hey, you know a lot of those so-called clinical trials, they're being performed on third world countries and their people, man. That's how they do it. They don't go like, hey, no, they go to these other countries, the poor and deprived, mostly Jake, and see if they're gonna work or not, man. It's all part of their witchcraft, man. The sorcery.
This is 2nd Ezra 15. I'm gonna start at 1. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the word of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith Yahweh, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. Fear not the imagination against thee. Let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee. It's going to the unbelievers not believing the prophecies that we're telling them that are faithful and true. It says, for all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness.
Yeah, so the people that don't understand this truth, the people that don't have no faith in this truth, which is basically believing something that you can't see to happen, they're going to perish, man. That's why, 2nd Ezra 15.
This is the point right here.
It's all imaginations, man. We have the true understanding, the vision of what the Lord's going to do. These people, it's vain imaginations that they have in their mind, man. They have different scenarios that's going to take place. The wicked elite got a scenario where they're going to come out, the Phoenix, rise from the ashes. It's not this time, man. Right. You know, we have the truth. Right.
This ain't Bitcoin, dude.
This is the point right here. Verse 5. Behold, saith Yahweh, I will bring plagues with the S at the end. I will bring plagues upon the world. The sword, the famine, death, and destruction. So it's not just gonna be this Windows 19, the jab. There's gonna be other shit that's gonna come out. That they're gonna have to make new waters to start pumping into people.
I was gonna say what's going on in Australia right now. They have a plague of mice.
Yes, it's sickening.
It is fucking skin crawling, man. All right, it's terrible, man.
They say that it's affecting the children mentally, man.
Yep, and it's biting hospital patients.
Yeah. So basically, you in your house and you turn on the light and you can't even see your floor.
Man,
imagine that. Just mice. And they start scattering and running all over each other, and it's messing with people's mental. They gotta change their bed sheets every day.
Yeah.
Right. You open the closet and you don't even, you just want to burn everything that's in there.
Yep.
And they shitting and pissing all over everything. The Lord is fucking this place up, man.
So
and I can't wait till he does that sort of thing for the Lord.
That's right.
Here, man.
That's right. Australia's gonna be through, man.
So I'm telling you, man, I'm really amped about this summer and what's gonna happen after being open all of June and July. What's gonna happen in August? And gas is already down there $5 here in Chicago.
Right.
It's already $5 plus out west. Right. On the West Coast, they already got $5 gallons of gas, man.
Right.
All right.
They showed the meme was like when Trump was in office. It was like what, damn near $2 a damn gas a gallon, and it was like everything else was cheap. And then when they showed goofy Biden and shit, all the prices gone up for damn near everything.
Yep.
That's right.
That's right.
Yeah, send out some more. Keep them stimmies going, man.
Yeah, they are. They're going to release more. It's basically they weaning people to the universal basic income. Basically, every American is going to get a stipend, an amount of money every month.
And then they're going to tell you that now in order to get it, you're gonna have to take something.
You're gonna have to take something.
Right? You're gonna have to take. You're gonna have to take two things.
Right.
And they might in the future come together.
Yep.
All at one time. Because some of the signs that the Edomites had said that.
That's right.
That you're right, you're gonna have to get that both.
Yep.
The MOB and the thing. Some of their signs said that, man. So a lot of these Edomites know, man. And they ain't with you putting shit in them.
That's right.
All right? It's like I don't want to be tracked.
Right.
All right? I don't want somebody to be able to listen in when I'm in the bathroom if I'm getting popped by my baby.
Right.
You know?
And also, I want to add, it was like a little sign going around. It was a guy with a sign basically saying like no mask, no entry, no jab, no work. And then he said eventually no chip, no something he said.
No nothing.
Yeah, well, that's what is coming.
Yeah.
But then you got these states, like I said, that are because now Wisconsin is joined into it.
Yep.
There's a bunch of states now that are coming again. I think Georgia is the next one. Yeah, Georgia just joined on it. No mask mandates. No forced Maxine Waters. No Windows 19. and then I'm trying to remember the state where you got 7. It was either 5 or 7 counties in that state that are separated from the rest of the state, or doing the legislation to separate away from the state and don't have that mandate in their 5 counties. Like I said, man, these people getting ready to go at each other.
Yep, that's what that movie Bushwick was all about, man. All right, the Bushwick was the secession. All right, the South was against the North, basically red states versus blue states.
Yep.
And even within each state, you're gonna have all kind of shit.
County
all right?
against county.
Yeah, man. So, you know, and then what? Eventually it's gonna come to guns.
And you know that movie was a heavy movie. That's actually one of my favorite movies of all time, man.
Yep.
I've probably seen it like 4 or 5 times at this point.
Yep.
But what made the movie so heavy is that I remember, man. I remember talking to Shati. All right, how he saw it I think he saw it out in the Burbs. But when that movie came out, Chicago is one of the biggest cities and the 3rd largest city in America, man.
Mm-hmm.
All right, when that movie came out, it was in 2 theaters in the entire fucking state.
They didn't even advertise the damn shit.
Yep. They did that movie dirtier than they did Nate Parker's Birth of a Nation.
Yep. Yeah.
Yep.
Right? Because they did not want people to see that movie, man. Because that movie revealed a whole lot of info, man.
Yes, he did.
And it's gonna be a lot like that. It's gonna be a lot like that. All right?
You had something? No, I was done with this.
Okay. Oh, go ahead.
This is 2nd Ezra chapter 15, verse 16.
Oh, back at
it. says, I'm gonna start at 14.
Movie did great overseas, by the way. It didn't do well in America because what they did, they didn't really put it out there. But it did well overseas. So, Salaki, brother, go ahead.
It says, woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. And the one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands.
Right, and let me just jump in there. And another reason why they do that sort of thing, there's going to be so many swords in people's hands. What you have to understand is going back to what we opened with. The vibration that the men of the Lord are putting out are forcing Esau's hand. It's forcing him to do things quickly enough. Basically, that gradualism that he had, he can't do that. It's forcing him to do things quickly, and he's making many mistakes. And he's exposing himself, right? Because of the word of the Lord is going out for all these from all these different camps and all these men.
That's right.
All right. You know, all these different brothers. All right. You even got brothers that they kind of going off for doing it because they're not going out on the highways and byways. But you got brothers who are just putting up videos, knowing that they're Israelites and just putting out information, man. So the information, so have it, but you can't do nothing against the Lord, only for it, man.
That's right.
All right? Because it's not going to be every brother's lot to be a teacher, right? But a brother that's just putting up information and quoting a few scriptures and putting up information, Bailey was actually decent, man.
It says, for there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another, they shall not regard their kings nor princes. And you seen a glimpse of that during COVID, man, during 2020. I don't even call it 2020, I call it COVID. But in Wisconsin, when Jacob Blake got shot, nobody regarded the police, the senators, the aldermen, any of that. They tore up the city, man. When you go into what's the man's name that got shot in Minnesota?
Which one?
George Floyd.
Oh, yeah.
George Floyd. They tore up the city, man. That's you're gonna see that times a million, man. In every city.
And you're gonna see, and just like you're gonna see Edomites doing it. Same
Uh-huh.
way you were then.
Yep.
Because you know we keep telling you, man, BLM is about 80%, 85% white.
Yep.
You know, but they label BLM, but they mostly white people.
Oh, man.
So called.
But they are the black. They are black.
Con.
Black real black.
One of the co-founders just got caught for embezzling money.
Yeah.
That's what she get.
Yeah. $4 million, man, on property.
5
all right?
homes.
All right. Now she's supposed to be one of the co-founders of BLM, but her spouse is a transgender Edomite.
Yep. Yep, bugged out.
Just fucking folly, right?
Right.
A transgender Edomite, man. But you one of the co-founders for Black Lives Matter. And then the other bitch, she another co-founder of Black Lives Matter. She just purchased a mansion in a California neighborhood that's 92% Edomite.
Yep.
So wait a minute, how you gonna be so for your people, but you don't even want to live around?
So
them?
and guess what? That's that folly being put on blast.
Yeah.
All right, because people are watching them.
Yep.
And the truth of the matter is, the average Jake, at least in Chicago, know that BLM ain't for them.
Yep.
Facts.
You only got, you know, so that's just another way when shit happens and dumb shit happens, that it's labeled BLM, so it's easy to blame, basically blame Jake.
Yep.
Right.
Because you got dumbass Edomites out there, you know, they're strapping up, getting armed up, talking about BLM. BLM is mostly your people, dumbass.
Exactly. They showed that
Antifa.
this last
So
summer.
is Antifa, come.
Yeah, when Jake was looting and shit, they were coming out. They said the people that were breaking the windows were Edomites.
And they were showing you the footage of it.
Yep.
I mean, you had that dude that lives in Streeterville that came out with his camera.
Exactly.
That video went viral, man.
Yep.
He lives in Streeterville. He walked down the street with his camera, and he's like, the people doing this shit is white people. He's recording it.
Right.
And some of them had on.
And they kept deleting it, trying to delete that video every time it went up.
And some of them had on like black people masks. They put it on.
Yeah.
Most of the windows and shit like they Jake.
Oh, yeah.
It was really
Prosthetic.
Yeah, those prosthetic,
Hollywood
the
props.
prosthetic masks, the arm, hands and stuff, yeah. Yeah.
It says, in the course of their actions shall stand in their power. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. Because what you're going to have quarantines. They have something called, me and the brother Tasman was going into it. They have something called sacrifice zones. And those are in highly dense populated areas where Jake lives.
Kill
in the cities.
zone.
You know?
Basically, it's a kill zone.
Yeah, kind. And then you have redlining, which they're pushing everything out to the suburbs now.
So they call it, so a sacrifice zone is really a kill zone in the military.
Yep. Right.
A kill zone is basically where you draw the enemy in, all right, and to give them a false sense of security so that you can get them in multiple crossfires. It's called a kill zone, man. So basically, that's what it just dawned on me. That's what they're doing, man.
Yep.
All
and
right.
You're not even going to be able to go into the cities because the highway is going to be blocked off. There's going to be quarantine zones. There's going to be parts of the country that's going to be put in quarantine. If you watch the movie Songbird, I don't know if I still ain't seen it.
Songbird.
Man, that movie was cold.
It was. And you know what was even the series Containment. That series, that's why, you know, because that came out in 2016. And everything that we experienced over the last 17 months was basically in that movie. Everything except they didn't put up the rail cars to block off the streets and neighborhoods.
Not yet.
Outside, but that's coming.
Yeah.
But outside of that, everything because I was like, damn, this show is good as fuck. Can't wait for season 2. And they was like, nah, they pulled the plug on that shit. Right. They was like, nah, you stop this shit right here.
Elder, what's the name of it again?
Containment. It's on Netflix. It's still on there. I thought they took it off, but it's still on there.
And it's still flying under the radar.
Yeah, it's under the radar. But the show good as hell, man. Basically, it just shows you the slow progression, how it shows you how, and what did they do in that show? They lied about the origin.
CDC.
They were chasing some Arab dude, and all the time it was crackers.
Yep.
All right.
But the Arab dude had found out that they created the virus, so they was actually trying to kill him.
Well, no, the first guy that got it, he got it because he held that chick's pen.
Yep.
All right. She gave him. She had gotten it from because she got broke off in the hospital in a closet by her boyfriend who worked for the CDC. Yep. That's why that bitch showed up. All right, we won't tell you no more.
Forgot all about that.
Yeah, because he got sick he literally legitimately got sick because he came here legally flying under a plane, and you know, and all that wind and cold, he got sick. But what took him out was what she gave. And so they labeled him, labeled him patient zero, and all of a sudden, you know, Arabs getting rounded up. Right. His whole family got sick, but in the whole time it was a damn Edomite. And no, they figured it out that no, it was her and that dude that worked for that chick who was in control of everything. Because as soon as he figured out something was wrong with him, he knew. And he took his phone, all his information, and put it in the incinerator, so they wouldn't be able to trace him. And then he went down, and then his woman was in quarantine. Next thing you know, they were both on a slab, laying next to each other. And the poor Arab dude was inside the containment room, just all fucked up. All right. And what did his mother say? And his whole family was in there. No, his aunt was saying, "You did this to her." And the fact of the matter is, she was right. Because her family was fine. Dude just had a cold, man. And all of a sudden it turned into something else. And then next thing you know, it shut down everything. Rapid fire. Yep, matter of fact, they closed the doors on the hospital. If you had happened to be in there, you couldn't leave. That's right.
Sound like 2020
They shut that shit down, right? Because remember they put the kids on the school bus? And then all of a sudden, the doctor came back out and came running out and told them you got to bring them all back in. And they had everybody in quarantine. All right, and then next thing you know, they started bringing up rail cars, you know, stacking them 3 stories high on every, and blocking off them. They blocked off like a 4-mile radius, 4 or 5 miles. So everybody within it. Now, from here to Chicago Avenue, well, that's a magnificent mile. That's 1 mile. So think of how big a 4 or 5 mile, you know, that's big as hell, man.
That's insane, yeah.
All right?
That's all of Kenosha.
You know?
But what's crazy, that's crazy because in Chicago, it's nothing but rail yards and container ships. Empty.
We got more than enough. All throughout the south side of the rail yard. Down 47.
Yeah.
You know, you go 47 between Halsted or Ashland and Damon.
Yep.
Them train yards, you got thousands of them things.
Yep.
And over there, east where I live, you got them all them rail yards and all the cars. They can take them
and build them up.
Yep.
This place is ripe for the picking, man. And it's nothing new, man. You know, this place is gonna get sieged, man.
Well, they showed you like during the last ride, you were putting big snow plows in front of the buildings, big garbage trucks in front of Walmart and all that. It ain't easy, you know, it ain't hard, man. The Armory in Oak Forest, they still got fucking Humvees and we call it MRAPs and stuff. Hey, they're still ready on high alert.
Yep, you got an Armory on Broadway, like Boston up near there, and you got another Armory on California, and California past Western, like California and Costner or something like that. Yep. All right, you got an Armory over there, man, in Humboldt Park. Because you got to remember, in the 80s, the Latin Kings got into it. They actually broke into that armory and got all the military weapons. Yeah, a lot of people don't know about that because they actually blew up a cop car with a damn rocket launcher, man.
Damn, I heard of that one.
Like no, they really did. Yeah, where do you think they got that shit from?
That shit.
Yeah.
It says, for because of their pride, the city shall be troubled. The houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation.
And that's everything is getting ready to happen. That's all getting ready to culminate, man. All right, food prices, food scarcity. All right,
and that's already happening, man.
Pestilence.
There must be 1,000 videos on the internet right now about the upcoming food shortages.
Yeah, man.
Right, and for people who not even in the truth, man. Economists and different people that work in different fields. You got farmers. They're paying farmers not to grow and not to do this. They setting it all up, man. And that's what the guy said. This is an orchestrated destruction of America. And he's trying to plead, you know, to stop it. And I'm like, no.
That's right.
And now the Silver Report today, I was watching them this morning. and he was talking about how there's a silver shortage worldwide now. All right, because look, if you ain't got, you know, first of all, if the Lord ain't with you, you screwed. But people who got all this money in the bank, or you got digital currency, you got Bitcoin, and you know, Bitcoin, all that shit gonna fail, man.
Facts.
Because Esau, the Federal Reserve is already doing their own digital currency. What do you think they're getting ready for? And when they launch it, when they push the button on that, all other digital currency is gonna get cut.
Everything
else. You're gonna lose everything.
That's right.
So you guys that think you're doing it, especially you Jakes, you can't tell they harder than
Stupid ass niggas, man.
all right? Matter of fact, I even sent some videos to a group of guys who've been doing that shit, how they was arresting dudes. The damn feds sent their police to different guys' houses who've been using a lot of Bitcoin.
Mining. Bitcoin mining.
They were snatching them up, man.
Yeah.
So I was like, look, man, it's Treasury Department, Treasury the police.
I read an article.
I'm like, where the fuck this come from? Who the fucking Treasury police?
I read an article
Right?
that
They ain't even a part of our government. How the fuck they got their own police department?
Exactly.
All right, that's another thing about Americans. You Americans, like I always say, you a bunch of the stupidest. You look, with your lie IQ, right? You got 3 branches of government. Actually, you letting a foreign entity, that's me, a foreign entity that has nothing to do with your government rule over your 3 branches of government, and that's the Federal Reserve. The Federal Reserve controls the House, man.
That's right.
It controls the judicial branch, the legislative branch. It controls your government, man.
That's right.
They make policy, and they're not even a party. Did nobody vote for any of them?
Right.
They're basically lobbyists. Well, so lobbyists, what they do, they put their wallets forward to forward their agendas to the corporations and get those legislations pushed through.
Dumbass Americans say, well, there's only two things that's permanent: death and paying taxes. You dumb motherfucker, man. You're not the home of the brave. You the home of the dumb as fuck. You the home of the dumb AFs. All right? Really, because you let these people get around all the laws that your so-called forefathers fought and died for, whatever. All right? And you let them amend and change and get around all that shit, man. All right? But on the flip side of that coin, you got a bunch of red-blooded Edomite Americans that's ready to go to war.
That's right.
With their authority. So go ahead and do it, man. Right. Why you plotting on see, that's just it. They plotting on moving on us. Michael gonna lift up a standard against your dumb ass.
That's right.
But why you coming after us and we not coming after you? At least not carnally. All right? Why you plan on coming after us? Look, your own people coming after you.
And there's gonna be Edomites that help. There's gonna be Edomites that take down Edomites for Jake.
Yeah.
To protect Jake, hide Jake.
Yeah.
Black Lives Matter.
Here's a gun. Here's a couple. Here's
Hey,
a
we
round.
just talked about it. You got two sets of Edomites. All right, actually three. You got the elites, all right, but then you got these Edomites that absolutely hate Jake. Then you got the other Edomites that hate Jake but understand that they need Jake. All right? We just talked about, I think, before the camera turned on, but how they know that the essential things in America that keeps America going, all right, that keeps this system in place is Jake. All right? Your low-level paying jobs and your important job. Majority of your bus operators, the majority of your train operators, the people that work in the fast food joints, which is a big part of America, or in the restaurants, was a big part of America. Because, you know, these lazy ass hoes, especially these well-to-do Edomite wives and well-to-do wives who stay-at-home wives, but still somehow ain't got time to cook. You a stay-at-home wife, and you can't even have a plate of food ready for your man. That's why I fucks with Mama Rada, man.
Yeah,
that's my girl, man. I appreciate that sister, man. And that ain't no Edomite woman. That's a sister. And she married to a Jake.
And she watches this.
And clearly, because the way she been interacting, just on little comments back and forth for me. Then I saw that she posted up I'm on a bar's video, man. But nevertheless, man, the chick said, she said her husband told her, "What's your job?" And she was like, "Have your food ready and have my ass in the air." I'm like, that's my right. That's it, man. None of that talking back. None of that attitude. None of that. You know, that's what I'm talking about. Food ready, ass in the air. That's what's up, man. You see?
Yeah. My stomach full.
Right. Keisha and them through, man. Keisha hate it.
Black women don't get put in subjection.
And that's a very attractive Keisha. But the truth be said, I wouldn't want to have shit to do with her.
Not a goddamn thing.
Nothing to do with her, man. Real talk, man. All right.
I need Ling Ling.
Hey,
I need Ling Ling.
Mulan.
I need Mulan. No, Mulan was cross-dressing. I don't need
You know? But look, man. The time is coming, man. I can see us and circle back around to these damn women, man. Like, look, Isaiah 4:1 is real, man.
That's right.
All right? And that's a part of the gospel. And the reason why it keeps coming up so much is because the time that we're entering into, Isaiah 4:1 is a big part of that. You can't get around that, man. We're entering into the days and the time of Isaiah 4:1. Hence the reason why so many women, you know, the woman got a whole channel called, you know, Submissive White Happy Life.
Yeah.
All right? And she's not alone. Now there's other women joining her too. You know? The women on the comment boards. Why? Because they're realizing that this is the truth, man.
That's right.
And this is where we're headed. That vibration is being put into the world, man.
That's right.
And women are starting to realize, all right, that the wall is real, and I better get my shit together before I hit it, and at least have a man that's gonna be like, well, you didn't hit the wall, but you my woman.
At least.
Right. And so, you know, hey, time is short, man.
Right, because there's a lot of women. The ratio between women and men, what do they say? It's like 7 to 1.
It's literally about 7 to 1. It's
But
funny.
then-
There's a scripture that's about 7 to 1. You know.
Yeah, and then on top of that, you got all the moles. Right. Then you got all the men that are locked up,
incarcerated.
So then, on top of that, you got the men of the Lord, which that's a low number. You know, so when something's really in a shortage, that item becomes rare. So we're like the men of the Lord really, you know, we're gonna be extremely rare. And that's why all them women are gonna be coming like, damn, them the dudes, we need to go over there
and deal.
And get clapped.
That's it. This is
because the only way that they can wear your name, you know, is what? Matter of fact, let's go to Isaiah 40. What? He already got it on deck. No,
this is Isaiah chapter 4, verse 1. And in that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach.
And to take away their reproach, that they may be saved, man. All right? And the only way to wear a man's name is to marry him. And marriage in the Bible is sex, man. And any chimpanzee, all right, that's gonna say something any different, man. Hey, look, they deserve to die, man. You know, they're gonna die.
Yeah.
All right, because that's what it says, man.
I got a quick one.
All right.
This Isaiah.
Get that a couple other translations. Go ahead.
I got Isaiah chapter 13, verse 12.
Perfect.
I will make men more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir.
Right. And the best gold came from America. And the reason that being so, that's why you had a gold rush. And that was the first purpose of the slave trade. All right? They came, that's the tires all day. The first purpose of the slave trade, man. Hey, look, she was bad about 60 pounds ago.
God knows she was.
All right? I promise that. But yeah, the best gold was from here. That's why Cristobal Colon, and then when they came over here, they saw them eat. That's why they call Puerto Rico Port of Riches. Because they was like, damn, where that at?
Right.
Pointing to their nose rings and their rings. Right. Like, wait, where that at?
And then, wait a minute. What's so funny, this man's such a devil. He let the name be Port of Riches, but you fast forward, they owe you money. Right. How the fuck they billions of dollars in debt? Like, that's crazy. Go ahead. I don't know what he said.
He ain't say shit.
This is the Good News Bible translation says Isaiah 4:1. When that time comes, 7 women will grab hold of one man and say, "We can feed and clothe ourselves, but please let us say you are our husband, so that we won't have to endure the shame of being unmarried."
And what's gonna happen to unmarried women just walking around? Ravished. They gonna get ravished by the carousel, man. That same carousel that they rode freely is now gonna ride their ass. I'm telling you what's gonna happen, man.
Hey, Elder, on top of that, there's a carousel that ain't getting nobody ride, because they were saying that it's only about a good 30-40% of men who are having sex. The other 60% are virgins and losers that ain't never gonna be able to touch a woman.
They mad. They
dumb
angry.
dudes is gonna be like, shit, that's a whole new carousel that's gonna be jumping on these hoes.
Damn.
The guys that ain't never got to clap.
Right. They gonna be worse.
That's gonna be Hector. It's his turn to purge. Oh no, it's Diego.
Diego?
Yeah, Diego getting his rocks off.
Hey, what my man Diego said? She said, you can do anything to me, just don't touch my daughter. He's like, oh, I'm gonna do what I want. He said, all y'all got to figure out was who going first.
That's right.
Hey, Diego wasn't playing, man.
Yeah, man. Real quick.
Go ahead.
Going back to the men of the Lord, this is Ecclesiastes chapter 8, verse 1. It says, who is the wise man, and who knoweth the interpretation of a thing? A man's wisdom maketh his face to shine, and the boldness of his face shall be changed. So, going back to what the brother Yasharala was saying, is that when the men of the Lord are going to be wearing that day, so you see all types of turmoil going on. Women are going to want to flock to the men that have that shine on their face, the wisdom, so they can see that the spirit of protection, the spirit of Yahweh shine, is going to rest upon us. I had a woman tell me the other day over the phone. She said, I sent her a picture of myself. She said, damn, you look like you live a very righteous path. I don't want to corrupt you. Wow. Then she ghosted me. Still. Yeah. But women can see that. Yeah, they see. You know what I'm saying? They can see that. You know? And they're gonna be what do you call it, grabbing onto you in those days, man. That's right.
Oh yeah. This is the book of 2nd Ezra. That was one of the best curves ever. I'll take it. Right. This is 2nd Ezra, chapter 2, verse 27. It says, matter of fact, I'll start at 26. 2nd Ezra 2 and 26. As for the servants whom I have given thee, there shall not one of them perish, for I will require them from among thy number. Be not weary, for when the day of trouble and heaviness cometh, others shall weep and be sorrowful, but you shall be merry and have abundance. It says, the heathen shall envy thee, but they shall be able to do nothing against thee. Not a damn thing. Saith the Lord. It says, my hand shall cover thee, so that thy children shall not see hell. And this is coming to the service of the Lord, man. We ain't got shit to worry about. We're gonna have abundance, man. When all this shit kicks off,
we're gonna have water,
we're gonna be straight. Women, right? We're gonna have resources. We're gonna have all the necessities needed, man.
Future preview of posterity, man.
That's right.
In the captivity.
And humility is going to be forced upon a lot of you women. Because I'd have had a woman that, you done been with one man and you have birthdays, talking about your value. I mean, that's the average woman. That's the average woman. That's whether she's 20, if she's 30, if she's 40. The average woman has been with more men than she's had birthdays.
Oh, yeah.
Here in America. Point blank.
Sometimes within 2 years.
Okay. So how you gonna, and like my man, I'm gonna quote this saying, I'm gonna keep quoting it. What's my man, Undead Chronic? He got that little saying, no hymen, no diamond. That's right. Because you think about it, man, and when you start thinking that way, it's like, why the hell I'm gonna pay for what 50 motherfuckers in half is free?
Exactly.
And now I gotta pay and spend. Well, I wanted a celebration, and then I wanted a marriage, and I want woo wop the bam. And then you think back, it's like, why I gotta pay for what 50 niggas in half is free?
Right.
And a couple heathens.
Yep. And a couple women.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's not forget about that.
That one video The dude was all like, let's say our body count on the count of 3. And on the count of 3, he was like 7. And she's like 135.
Hell no.
And he was like 135.
Right, and those are the ones she can remember.
Right.
Because if she like that, because she not gonna remember the time she gave somebody top in the car that she just met in the club.
That don't
or
count.
she ran to the back seat. Because you gotta remember,
That don't count.
they don't count the ones that they didn't have relationships with.
Yeah.
You know, the one that they only, you know, they banged for a week or 2 and they never called them back. Because they decided they didn't like their sex or whatever. So it took you 5 bones to figure out you didn't like me? Right. I didn't hit you 5 times. Right. And now all of a sudden you know it's right.
This is mad, but this is where we at, man. And I like that. No hymen, no diamond.
I love it.
Hey, that nigga, what's that nigga, Kevin Samuels?
I was just about to say,
He says women are born with inherent value.
Yep.
It's your moral purity. And hey, that goes with what Mark Hyman was saying. No hymen, no diamond, man. You know? Hey, man, we coming back to that age, man. And like, we study talking about these bitches, but they gonna be humble, man, in that day, man.
And we look forward to it because they're so over pompous right now.
Exactly.
They're above proud, man.
Exactly.
All right? Especially with Instagram, especially the pretty ones.
oh, man.
All right, like the one that just walked by, man. You can only imagine she got an Instagram.
Yep.
She and it's funny when I'm moving about society. I see them on the bus stops, on the trains, in the restaurants.
Right.
That's it. All day.
Right. That's all they doing, man. All right.
Oh
yeah, you know they do that.
Right.
Gotta get that.
And then they uploading that shit, man.
So
And then they got all the chimpanzees pushing the button, man. Damn chimpanzees, man. They everywhere. Titties. Yes, they just fucking chimpanzees, man.
Very simple.
All right.
I'm gonna say these hoes be out here with OnlyFans. It's like you got porno sites that's free. They
Right.
simping. They just simping.
Yeah, right. How you gonna pay? You can go get free porn, man.
Right, free porn.
How the fuck you gonna? I was paying $30. You a straight chimpanzee. These bitches get rich. Driving down Lexuses and you know expensive $60,000, $70,000, $80,000 cars because they get up and spread their cheeks. You know. And don't let them have an accent. They really getting the hits, man.
And then look down on you because you actually work for your money.
Right.
That's insane.
Call you broke and shit.
That's insane.
You watching the Fresh Fit podcast?
Sometimes.
He be exposing them bitches.
I love it. I love it.
And then look, and Kawal put me up on Brothers in the Viewing Artists. You gotta see it. That was a radio interview with the basketball player and Judge Joe Brown. He went off on a few things, but Judge Joe Brown is probably not gonna live too much longer. Because he exposed Hollywood and all. Yeah, man. And he went on them JOOWS's too, man. He went in on them hard, man, and exposed all the shit that they do and how they would pay women off to say that you touched them when they want to get rid of you. How Ellen DeGeneres was really hated, and she wasn't popular at all. Her show wasn't right. They kept canceling her show and bringing it back, right? Because they were because she fit the agenda that they were pushing,
right?
And how raunchy she was. You know, right, but you know how raunchy she was toward, she was telling women, when you gonna let the girls run free? Shit like that, man. Wow. You know, now if I said that in a professional setting, so when you gonna let the girls run free? Right. You know, they be firing Me Too. I get Me Too canceled and everything else, man.
You know, nobody knew where this group came like Shayla Booth. They came out of nowhere.
You know? Last question.
This is Judges 10 and 14. Go and cry unto your gods, which ye have chosen. Let them deliver you in the time of your tribulation. You know, so all y'all, you got the brothers out here on the highways and the hedges telling y'all what's coming through. Y'all, I believe in my JC. I don't say the name, but you know what I'm saying. You know, so when y'all get to that point, when all these things are going down, and these men start coming running after your ass to nail you, hey, pray to your gods. We try to tell y'all, all right? So when I say y'all, I'm only talking to you Israelites. I ain't talking to nobody else. All right? I'm talking about to the Negroes, Hispanic, Native, and Seminole Indians. That's it. All right? So, hey, like I said, what the Bible said, when that day comes, don't say we didn't try to tell y'all.
They're going to be like
Don't
that
try to
nun
say
on The Last Kingdom. When she was like, I feel nothing. I feel nothing.
Right.
He like, get her. And they nailing her. But she's talking about, I don't feel nothing. And
She
start
feel it.
saying all them damn wicked-ass Catholic prayers. Meanwhile, she getting ran through.
Hey, look.
So, hey, look.
Just wait. Where your God at?
Where your God at? Exactly.
Through.
Uh-huh.
Y'all through, man. Hey, to hell with you, man. You know?
Con. Hey, so with that, man, we gonna give all praises and honor unto Yahweh.
Yahweh, Bashem, Yahweh, Bashem,
Wa abba.